Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Automation Test Insider. So this is part 17 of Jira series, and today I'm going to show you how we can add the customized workflow to Jira project, existing Jira project, right? So in the previous part we talked about how we can add new workflow in Jira, and today I'll show you how we can add that into existing project. So let's get started. So I'll take you to my Jira account directly, and from there we'll talk about it, right? How we can add the workflow to Jira project. So this is my Jira account, guys, and let me go to the settings. From settings we have here option. Here we have an option called issues. Configure your issue types, workflow, screens, like that. So right click and open in new tab. So if you remember, last time we have created a workflow, so let me show you that one. So from here we have the left side pane, we have workflows, and here that was inactive, right? Because whenever you have the projects, your workflow in the projects, then it will be under that active workflows section. Since we have not added that workflow, so that's why it is showing inactive workflows, right? That will be there inside inactive workflow. So this is the workflow which we have created, defect workflow. Let me just click on these three dots, and here we have edit option. So if I open it, so you'll be able to see what is the workflow which we have created, right? So this is the workflow, like defect workflow which we have created, and you can see the transition as well, like move to next release, deferred, from here open to assign defect assigned to development team, and from there developer will either defer it to the next milestone or reject it or fix it, right? So they will fix it, and then from there we have corresponding other workflows, right? So this is the workflow which we have created in the last part. Now I'll show you how we can add this workflow to the defect type of issue type, right? This is part of defect cycle, defect life cycle. So we are going to add this into defect issue type. So if I go back to the project, so this is the project which we have created, workflow project. So we don't have any issue type issues over here. So let me try to create an issue here, and then I'll show you. So here we have defect type of issue type, and if I see the status, you can see like to do, in progress, done. That is the default workflow, right? Now I'll show you how we can add the workflow which we have created. So for now you just cancel it and go to the, now we are under this project, workflow project. So go to the project settings, and from here the left side only we have this workflows option. So just select that one, and here you will see simplified workflow scheme for this WR project, right? And we have all the issue types over here: story, bug, defect, epic, task, and subtask. All the issues belongs to this workflow only, the default workflow which we have. Now how we can add the new workflow here? So here we have an option, add workflow, and either we can choose from marketplace. I'll show you maybe in coming videos about this on marketplace, or this existing one, how we can add the existing workflow to this project. So click on existing, and here you will see all the workflow listed down here. So where is our workflow? Defect workflow. These errors showing because of the resolution. So if I increase, then it won't show. And defect, yeah, this is the workflow, right? So let me just decrease the size so that I can see the option next, but it will display these errors. The workflow designer may not behave correctly at your current browser zoom level. Press Ctrl+0 to reset it, right? So yeah, that's fine. So click on next. We have selected defect workflow. Click on next. So which issue type we are going to assign, right? Assign issue types to defect workflow. So we are going to use defect, this workflow for defect. Simply click on finish. Now you can see in this screen, you'll be able to see defect workflow is assigned for this defect type of issue type. Now what we can do, simply will publish the changes. So click on publish, and we need to associate here. Click on associate. So it will migrate, update the workflow scheme. Simply click on acknowledge. So your workflows have been published. So this has been published. Now what I'll do, I'll create an issue type of defect type, right? So let me quickly create test defect. Simply I'll put same thing in description, and let's create it, or let's give proper summary. Proper means defect 01 test defect. Okay, and click on create. So defect issue type has been created. So let me open that issue, defect issue. Now if you see the right side, we have the status of the defect, right? So here we have open, and what would be the next one? Defect assign. As part of our workflow, defect assign. So you'll see here defect assign. Let me increase the font size. Yeah, here you can see in the workflow, open to defect assign. That is the transition. So if you just see here, assign defect, so simply select that one, defect assigned to developer. So from here you can assign to any developer, right? And after that, it is under development team to particular developer. So there are 3 transitions over here. Move to next release, defect deferred, or defect is fixed, or defect is rejected, right? So we can select any one of them. So let's assume like defect is fixed. So we can select this, defect is fixed. Now defect is fixed, it is in green color, which we have selected like done status, so that means it's in green. And assignee you can choose, this is also you can do automatically, that I'll show you in the next video. Like when we change to any particular event like defect fixed, so it should assign to the QA lead or any QA team member, right? So that part also we can do, but for now you can assign it manually to your testing team, or whoever team members created this defect, right? So yeah, defect fixed. After defect fixed, what is the next status? We have defect retest. Yeah, defect retest, right? So we'll retest the defect retest from here. Okay, so we'll keep the status like defect retest. So we'll retest the defect, and after that, after retesting, it could be like again reproducible, right? So we can you can go for this defect reopen. So you will see 2 status over here. Defect is reopened by tester, working fine and closed. Defect closed, defect reopen, and defect closed. So let's assume like we are going to reopen the defect. So simply select reopen. Now again it is assigned back to developer. From defect reopen, let's say it is going to assign to the, let's say, QA lead, and after that QA lead, again it will assign back to the development team, defect assign, right? So you can see here from defect retest to direct defect reopen to defect assign. Again development team developer will see 3 options: move to next release, defect is fixed, or defect reject. So let's say defect fixed, and tester is going to retest the defect, right? And lastly, once it is done, then what is the next event? Last event, defect close. So finally we'll select defect closed from here. So this is how it happens, the workflow, right? So you can navigate like there are different transitions here, right? So that's how you need to create the workflow, and you can assign to any particular project to particular issue. Now this is what we have discussed couple of minutes ago, right? Like when we navigate or when we transition to any particular state, then there should be a trigger, right? There should be a automatic assignment. So that part we are going to discuss in coming videos. I'll show you how we can, let's say we are going to assign to development team, so it should assign to developer lead, development team lead or any particular team member. So how we are going to do that, how we are going to achieve that, so that I'll explain in coming videos. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, then please subscribe it and share and like this video. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.